Okay, it is time to do some movie reviews. What shall we watch today? Citizen Kane, huh? Who wants to watch Citizen Kane? No, what I want to do is watch a really bad movie. What's the worst movie ever made?
Greetings, Prophet. I'm the fairy of class and sophistication. The great work begins.
What?
I heard thee cry out thy desire to review the worst movie of all time. Why, surely if thou truly wishes to fuck thyself, thou must be referring to the worst of the worst.
Yeah, but how?
Be careful, mortal. I warn thee of great dangers.
How did you get in here?
Perhaps thou hast heard of the old folk song. Beware thy fairies, their magical ways, what thy wish for all thy days.
No, I've never...
Beware thy fairies on the internet.
Please, stop singing.
Anyways, I should let you know that when I'm referring to the worst movie of all time, I'm using a different criteria than others. I'm not referring to a badly made movie like Jilly or Battlefield Earth or Plan 9 from Outer Space. Those are bad movies, but they're harmless. Nay, I'm referring to a movie that is so perverse, so classless that it leaves you feeling dirty. And that movie is Problem Child 2.
Oh. Well, see, I've never seen the first one.
Sit down, mortal. I shall introduce you to the series. Don't run from me, mortal. I can fly.
That's not flying.
Sit down, mortal.
Okay.
The first Problem Child is a bad but still decent movie. So there's this kid who's abandoned by his mom.
That's me in the basket, and that's my mother carrying me.
Gee, I wonder, is he gonna piss on the woman? Look, let's see it happen. Come on, wait for it. Oh yeah, there we go. So this kid is so evil that he keeps wreaking havoc on every foster home he moves to. What a fun premise for a comedy. Finally, he gets dropped off at the most miserable place of all, an orphanage run by nuns.
Speaking of which, we're gonna steer clear of any Catholic jokes in this.
No promises. So then we're introduced to John Ritter's character.
Rest in peace, John Ritter. This was not his best work.
No, but to be fair, the scene is actually kind of funny.
This is your uterus. Well, that purple thing is your cervix. These green things here are your fallopian tubes. And this... That's not supposed to happen. Toss me that.
This is going to be a long movie. It's a good thing I came prepared.
Look, why don't you just take a look at this adoption literature and we can talk about it tonight?
Why don't you look at it yourself? I don't wear secondhand clothes, and I won't have a secondhand kid.
Ouch. This movie's insensitive.
The worst is yet to come. But I forgot to mention the man with the world's sexiest voice is in this movie. Every time I hear it, I get wet in my panties.
Who?
Gilbert Gottfried.
You see that? A priest! A priest! It's like a nun with a jacket! It's a boy nun! He wants to be a boy nun!
What's so funny?
You are, you stupid dick.
So eventually John Ritter adopts the little monster from those creepy nuns.
Okay, so let me see if I can figure out how the rest of this movie will play out. The little kid comes along and raises all kinds of hell for John Ritter. Hilarity supposedly ensues, and in the end, they realize they love each other.
Thou hast got it, dude! The premise of a mischievous little boy playing pranks is classic, from Dennis the Menace to Tom Sawyer. But Junior is much nastier and more mean-spirited than those kids, and the whole movie has a disturbed feel to it. For instance, a scene where he throws a cat at his grandfather and sends him to the hospital. One moment you'll have slapstick in the style of Home Alone, and the next you'll have adult sex jokes. Next you'll have sitcomish acting by John Ritter, and then for no reason, just random sentimentality where we're supposed to go, oh, that Junior and his dad are bonding.
Ah, it's no big deal. More important, why don't you call me Dad? I'd really like that.
Yeah, Junior. I mean, I know you were abandoned by your parents and grew up in a cruel orphanage, but it's been 48 whole hours since I adopted you, and you're not calling me Dad yet. How insensitive.
In another scene, Junior is playing a Little League game and ends up attacking all his teammates with the bat, sending them to the hospital.
Okay, movie. This isn't a funny little bit of mischief. This is out-and-out sadism. A kid hospitalizing other children. And it's played for laughs.
Smiley pies.
Oh yes, I forgot to mention that everyone's favorite racist, Michael Richards, is in this movie.
Michael Richards? Well, at least we know he can be funny. I mean, what part does he play?
A serial killer. Yeah, I'm not kidding. This movie has a subplot involving a bumbling serial killer who happens to be pen pals with Junior.
And he just shows up at the Healy's house. Just showed up. I mean, what would you do if a guy who dressed funny, liked kids a little too much, and deserved to be in jail just showed up at your door?
Oh, silly. The Pope doesn't make house calls. So Michael Richards kidnaps the kid, but John Ritter has a sappy moment, goes in, and rescues him.
You little traitor!
Oh no. Does he die?
Don't worry, John Ritter is alive. Well, no, not in real life, but in the movie he is. And I have to admit, I do like the final joke of the movie.
Maybe it's one of those answers we'll never know, like, how high is up? Why is the sky blue? And whatever happened to Mrs. Healy?
Oh my God!
Who wants to grow up? Who wants responsibility? Ooh.
Hey, is that the Beach Boys playing during the credits?
Sure is. They made a music video just to promote this movie. The song's actually pretty catchy, but there's this one part that always bugs me. Did he just say he's guilty because he's just a Cuban?
Hey, is that John Stamos playing with the Beach Boys?
Yep, he played backup with them for a little while. That's why they guest starred on Full House that one time, remember?
Oh yeah.
I have to admit, I kind of like this video, maybe just because I derive a special sadistic pleasure watching pain be inflicted on John Stamos. So what did Dad think?
Well, it was a pretty bad movie. And I agree, there was something kind of disturbed about it, but I wouldn't say it's the worst movie I've ever seen.
Alright, agreed. It was a bad movie, but not a terrible one. And if they never made a sequel, I wouldn't even be here right now, but they did. And that was a very dark day for humanity.
Oh no.
So are you ready for the worst of the worst?
You know, I really have other stuff I should be doing. So...
That we're being a douchebag! For God so hated the world that he sent down this film, and whoever watched it would not experience the joy of art, but perish in self-indulgent passions. Well, actually, the first quarter or so of the movie is pretty decent. John Ritter and the kid move to a new town that's entirely populated with horny single women who have the intelligence of Sarah Palin. Yeah, she's a real maverick.
Going crazy living here. You know, Mortville, the divorcee capital of the world. Hey, you bet. Cost me a whole month's paycheck, but, it's worth it.
You know, I actually kind of like this character of the neighbor. Mostly because I bet we all know someone exactly like that. Well, I gotta say, so far, this movie's actually okay.
Yes, changing careers was the smartest thing I ever did. Yes. Oh, yeah, because I love
Every
being the
time I
principal.
hear your
Because
voice,
I
I-
hate children. I hate them. Being a principal's great because I hate children. I bark and they do what I say. Anything. Crawl around on all fours. They do that. Would you mind jumping out of the window? Okay, sure, Mr. Principal.
Hey, Pea-Brain, what are you doing here?
What am I doing here? What are you doing here? I belong here. You belong in Cold River. This is Mortville. What are you doing here? You're not here. That's it. That's the only answer. You're not here. Ha ha ha! You're not here. I'm imagining you.
the
You're a
fuck
figment
am
of
I
my
watching?
imagination.
Well, if I was a figment of your imagination, could I do this?
Oh! Whoa! Oh, did something crawl in here and die?
But my dad says third grade is the foundation of my education.
Oh, your dad says that. Your dad is a moron! He's
Do
a
they even have a
moron!
script?
You know what
Are they making it up as they go along?
They seem to think that shouting on the top of their lungs is some sort of punchline to a joke.
So then what happens?
I'm gonna puke.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna barf.
Oh.
I'm gonna barf.
What is this? Is this actually a movie? Did they actually play this before an audience? Oh.
What other film has urination into lemonade, dynamite sticks thrown into exploding toilets, a little boy filming his babysitter having sex and projecting it on the side of the house, and a little girl joking about scratching testicles?
This movie's disturbed. Still, there are plenty of gross out movies out there. I mean, I like There's Something About Mary, American Pie.
Yes, darling, but those movies were for adults. The true tipping point is to do this type of humor with kids. This is what I mean when I say it's the worst film of all time. Not that it's badly made, but it's so distasteful and seems to live in a perverted alternate dimension. My absolute favorite moment has to be when the same little girl is on a carnival ride and says, "I'm gonna puke," opens her mouth, and fake-looking puke shoots straight out of her open mouth in a perfect 90-degree angle.
So tell me, how was your first day at school?
Pretty good. They skipped me 3 grades.
They skipped you? That's fantastic! I can't believe it!
Okay, is John Ritter's character an idiot? He knows that his kid is a little brat, yet he honestly believes his kid was bumped up 3 grades? He's not in the least bit suspicious?
My darling, thou must understand that John Ritter's character is what we intellectual types like to refer to as delusional. Sure, he is fully aware his kid is a little troll, but he lies and tells himself that he has a smart kid. This happens all the time. People convince themselves and they believe all sorts of crazy shit. I mean, just look at the Mormons.
This movie is so obsessed with shit that it's not enough just to do a bathroom joke. It actually has the guy say, "This is going to feel so good," while he's defecating. I mean, how many times before you take a shit do you say, "This is going to feel so good"?
I usually just yell bombs away.
Look at these stats. 6 feet tall, 185 pounds.
Oh yes, we haven't yet mentioned Lorraine Newman.
Lorraine Newman? She was an original cast member on Saturday Night Live, and her career came to this?
Yes, life's a bitch and so is her character. She's a rich woman obsessed with marrying John Ritter.
Sounds like a good deal.
So of course she's the villain of the film, because heaven knows you certainly don't want rich people trying to marry you. What a nightmare! So Junior hypnotizes the dog to attack her, which somehow petrifies the dog stiff.
That's actually kind of funny. Not ha-ha funny, but one of those things that's so random that it's funny.
So then animal control comes.
Nippy's been acting a little funny lately.
You better let us see him.
Okay.
Not now.
Well, what the fuck was that? I want to see that again.
Not now.
Why are there two random gay guys feeling each other up?
You're homophobic.
No, I'm not.
If it were a guy and a girl making out, you wouldn't say a thing.
Well, okay, but what does it have to do with the movie to begin with?
There, I can't help you.
I mean, what's the joke? The joke is that they're gay? Homosexuality is the punchline?
Hell happened here? I don't know, but it sure ain't rabies.
So they revived the dog by doing a spoof of a dog food commercial, which is actually kind of funny, but then this happens.
Oh, why? Why? Is this a kid's movie or an adult movie?
I think it's a kid's movie. You have slapstick, animation, and even bathroom humor in it.
It's definitely an adult movie. Because it has the kid filming the babysitter having sex, jokes about testicle scratching, and the gay guys feeling each other up.
I think it's a gray area. And let me just say for the record that there's nothing wrong with having a kids movie have adult themes in it. Some of my favorite movies have appealed to both kids and adults, like E.T., The Secret Garden, and The Mighty.
Right, and don't forget Stand By Me and Roald Dahl's Matilda.
Right. But you can't mix adult humor with kids' humor. You can't be Home Alone one minute and then Freddy Got Fingered the next. Frankly, it comes off as perverted. So Junior mixes up Lorraine Newman's blood sample with a cartoon dragon or something, so she gets sent to the hospital, and there he changes her records so she ends up getting a nose job by mistake. Meanwhile, Junior realizes his dad is really in love with Amy Aspect's character.
Wait, why is Amy Yazbek playing a different character than she was in the first movie?
Honey, I stopped caring about all that. So Gilbert Gottfried acts stupid while pizza gets thrown at him. The two kids beat up the old guy because, hey, there's nothing disturbing at all about watching two kids hospitalize an old man, is there? No, that's totally kosher. Finally, the day of the wedding comes. Lorraine Newman gets run over by a giant rock, John Ritter dumps her for the other woman, and the kids throw dynamite at the wedding cake, which, instead of exploding, just magically levitates in the sky and falls on our bad guys.
Damn, this movie is horrible.
Yes, it's definitely been a horrid ride of nauseating trash. But what will they end it with? What will be the final image that they forever leave imprinted in our minds? What will the final shot be? It's dog shit. Dog shit. Dog shit! The absolute final shot of this movie is, I shit you not, the dog taking another shit that goes up to my waist. Because it was just so fucking funny the first time, right?
I think that was intended to be a reference to Pink Flamingos, the John Waters movie.
You know what? If this had been a midnight movie directed to sexual fetishists, I would take that. But no, it was a fucking kids movie!
No, that was definitely the worst movie I have ever seen in my life.
So glad you agree.
So what happened to the series after that?
Well, Problem Child 3 was a made-for-television movie, but it had none of the original cast except Gilbert Gottfried and the old guy. It completely ignored the events of the second film, so Junior's dad was still single.
Who's the most mischievous kid on the block? It's Junior, the world's most popular problem child.
After that, there was a short-lived animated series where, yet again, Gilbert Gottfried did a voice. And also, yet again, it ignored the events of the second film. What does that say about a movie when even its own sequels pretend it didn't happen?
That movie equals epic fail.
So, Mortal, does thou agree that watching Problem Child 2 was the most undignified experience thou hast ever had?
Yeah. It has greatly inspired me. It has filled me with the desire to drink urine, vomit on people, throw dynamite sticks into toilets, and write to serial killers, all while dealing with evil nuns.
That was beautiful. But you forgot to include feces.
Oh.
In any case, now that thy movie review needs hath been satisfied, I shall be off.
Wait, Fairy. You are the most beautiful person I've ever seen.
Yes, I know.
I'm madly in love with you.
Cute.
I'd like to get to know you.
That's sweet. Look, if you really want to bond together, Let's join hands and do the one thing that I love most in this realm of existence.
What's that?
Watch pain being inflicted on John Stamos. And you at home can sing along too. Just follow the bouncing ball.
Who wants to grow up? Who wants responsibility? Who wants to show up and work until you're 93? Oh, Lord, now everybody says you're running wild. Your teacher's calling you a problem. You're just a kid now, but soon you'll be a king of hearts. Oh, yeah. That girl next door might turn into a work of art. Some people saying put the boy on trial. He's guilty 'cause he's just a juvenile. You make us crazy, you make us smile. Someday you'll grow up, boy, and you'll change your style. First you'll be married with kids after a while, and one of them might wanna be a problem child.
Yeah, I'm here. Did you get his face? Oh shit, she's bigger than I thought. Oh.
What was...
We should do. Can we just do one soap opera shot?
That is a fairy tale. I don't speak fairy.
Smile. Someday you'll grow up, boy, and you'll change your style. First you'll be married with kids after a while, and one of them might wanna be a who wants to grow up, who wants responsibility. Ooh, who wants to show